first off, how's kind of this transition from men's team winning SEC in the indoors to kind of rolling into the outdoors season? How have you guys fared so well this
Well,
year?
we're far enough into it now, and we did. We had a good indoor championships. This will be our third outdoor meet, so we're starting to be seasoned outdoors already. Track only runs on the weekends. We don't have a Tuesday night game or a Thursday night game, so we run on Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays. So, yeah, the season has gone well, and I'm pleased where we are.
This meet in particular, you got a bunch of teams coming
Yeah.
in. You're going to have pretty much every event,
Yeah.
on display. I mean, what does a meet like this do to prepare you for like NCAAs?
Yeah, this gets you ready for. We have first round NCAA championships that occurs here later this year, which is the West. We host the West Regional. There's only two regions in the United States. There's the East and the West, so it's a huge meet that we host here. And you qualify out of the West meet to advance on to the NCAA championships. So some teams have come to get on the tracks to try to understand a little bit about their surroundings and the facility here for this weekend. But it's a great group of teams that are here this weekend. Probably one of the better home track meets we've had team-wise in a long time. Could be as good as any I've ever had here. So it's one that we need. It's one that is very competitive, and that's what it's going to be like to advance out of here. We advance head-to-head competition. You got to beat this person to advance. So this starts setting you up for those kinds of situations.
One of the biggest home meets, you said. So just what are you hoping to get out of this weekend and just kind of your debut in the outdoor season in front of the 12th man?
Yeah, well, more and more people doing well on the same weekend, and that's what we're looking for, and that's what we preach, is that for us to be successful at the conference level, at the NCAA level, it's as many people doing as well as they can on that weekend. Track comes down to one weekend, and then maybe you get another one. And so you got to be able to do it all on that weekend. You got to be healthy. The whole team has to be ready to go on that one weekend. There's no other way of doing it in our sport. So it's part of the challenge. It's just like this Saturday here, Friday and Saturday. We challenge our team to have as many people do well as we can. So that's I think I've talked about this before too, but it's like a play. We're putting on a play at the end of the year, and each one of these are rehearsals. And each one of them, you're trying to get a little bit better.
Ahmad is coming off a big PR week. Just what have you seen from him, and do you feel like he's kind of taken that next step this year?
Yeah, he's made a big step. Anybody that's running middle 44 seconds right now, he's leading the world, or he's in the top 2 or 3 guys in the world right now. And you just saw him. He's not a big man. And for him to do the things he's doing is just absolutely outstanding. Haven't had many guys like this in my whole career that of his stature that can run as fast as he has run. Most of the guys that I've had run really fast are big men. You guys know Bryce Dedman just from the last couple of years. Bryce is a little bit bigger than Ahmad. But Ahmad has got something that not many people have. He's got a heart. And he's got a huge heart, and he does not like to get beat by anybody. And so you can always be assured you're going to see the best out of Ahmad. And he's starting to get in better shape. He's had a few good competitions already, and he's still learning how to run the quarter. So each time this thing is changing a little bit.
You talked about kind of his big heart. He was just talking about the 4x4 team and says that their mentality when they go out there is we're unbeatable. No one's gonna. Do you feel like that kind of? Do you see that mindset in that squad? And do you feel like that is a key to success? Yeah,
you have to be thinking that way. And this group feels good about them. I've never had 2 teams in all my years of coaching that both teams on the same day ran 3:02 and 3:03 in the mile relay. I've never seen that. I've never seen that from anybody. I've never ever seen that happen before. So our depth at 400 meters has really come along really well, and these guys are running really well right now. I think the group that ran 3:02 is really ready to run really fast right now. We just need great competition. USC comes in here this weekend, and they're really good, as well as some other teams that are very. Texas Tech comes in with a really good group of people. So this will be a great test and a good opportunity for some people here in town to see a great group of guys run.
You talk about depth at 400. Just overall as a team, do you feel like this is one of the deeper teams you've had in a while?
Yeah, I think that across the board we're probably a little better than we've been across the board than we've been at any time that I've been here. Even some years that we won a national championship here, we weren't as good across the board as this group may be. Now that doesn't mean anything about winning a national championship, because that's aligning of the stars like we talked about a minute ago. But this is one of those groups that will have an opportunity to be very successful. Yeah.
Coming off a great weekend at the Florida Relays,
Yeah.
do you like how your team is trending?
Yeah, because the biggest thing of leaving a great competition when we were running and throwing hard is that everybody left healthy. And for us right now, being healthy is a real key to being successful. These next 2 and 3 meets, if you can stay healthy through this time frame, it means that your fall and the training that you did in the fall was right, and that you've done things right. But it's a combination of everything. I mean, you know, if you're not sleeping right, if you're not hydrating right, if you're not doing all of those things right, something little thing is going to be wrong with you that will keep you from doing what you do best. So it's a on the track, off the track mentality. Yeah.
Are there any key athletes that you know of right now that aren't going to be?
No, everybody's getting on the track. Everybody's competing. We don't have anybody that's not going to compete this weekend that is in that travel group that's in that group. Yeah, we've got some people that won't compete this weekend, but they're not ready to compete. They're at this level. It's going to be some time before they're ready at this level. Yeah.